Hello everyone, it's Financetti, and today I have big news. Bitcoin has just reached $1 trillion. Bitcoin is currently a $1 trillion asset. Let me say it one more time, $1 trillion. And this is on the back of two big pieces of news. One, MicroStrategy, and two, Blackrock. I'm going to give you the details on both of them. Now, number three, and this is a new thing that we haven't really started to see yet, is how many governments are starting to express interest in actually getting into the Bitcoin space. And I'm going to mention specifically Miami. So in this video, I'm going to give you the specifics on what is driving the price right now, the current news events, what governments are starting to do, and as well the short-term price predictions. So guys, I know you love the charts. Let's get the price predictions out of the way in the beginning of the video because this is probably what's most interesting for you guys. So I'm going to remove a bunch of stuff that I had here before. Please check out other videos. In my previous video from a couple days ago, I was quoting the 54,000 US dollar level. Well, guess what guys? We went all the way up and exceeded all expectations, all the way up to 56,700 US dollars. There was so much confidence pointing to the 54,000 mark. It was pretty much inevitable, but the fact that we continue to rise means that now we are once again in uncharted territory. That seems to be the most common status for all of Bitcoin right now. Just keep pushing into uncharted territory. So in order to give you guys a new short-term price target, I had a rising wedge here, which again pointed to around the 56,000-ish mark, but there was so much confluence here with other indicators that we had settled on an agreement that the current price target was 54,000. There were like three different signs pointing to that. Anyway, so now we've crossed even the rising wedge's price target, which was the most bullish. Okay guys, so now I'm going to show you guys that I need to actually draw the Fibonacci retracements because there's nothing left on the chart that points to the higher prices. We are in completely uncharted territory, and that's when the Fib retracements come in handy. So I'm going to take it from the swing high to the swing low, and I'm going to extend it out all the way here for you so that we hit the end of the graph and it's easier to read. So as we can see here, the new price target is almost exactly 61,000 US dollars in the short term. I think that given all of the fundamental backing right now, that this price target of 61,000 is actually pretty much inevitable. So there you go guys, that's the new short-term price targets. We're in completely uncharted territory and we're relying on the Fibonacci retracements. Let's go into what the fundamentals are that's driving this latest pump. So Blackrock, which you guys might know, is actually the biggest asset manager in the world. They own $8.68 trillion in assets. They don't own it, but they have $8.68 trillion of assets under management. 8.68 trillion. And let me tell you how high up this news comes from. This is the chief investment officer, rieder, who has actually said that they have started to dabble into Bitcoin. Well, guys, if you are managing almost $9 trillion in assets, no matter what kind of dabbling you're doing, that's going to cause a huge buying pressure. I don't know if they put even 1 billion, which is like 0.000000 whatever of their total assets under management, that's going to cause a huge buying pressure. So if you want to see the argument that they said, well, he just said, we're holding more cash than we've ever held historically, and because we don't really like to hold cash, we're looking for other places to put it, and I chose crypto as one of those places. So guys, now we have the biggest asset manager in the history of all of humanity getting into Bitcoin as well. So what's the next piece of news that I have for you? Well, MicroStrategy, who started the pump from 23,000 all the way up to now, just gave out 1 billion of convertible notes at 0% coupon, which means that they don't owe any interest on this, and they're going to use this to pay for more Bitcoin. So these guys have just taken out a loan for $1 billion at 0% interest, which means it's literally free money, and they're pumping this into Bitcoin. So if a company can figure out how to do that, well, guess who's following next? The Miami mayor, Suarez, is actually personally looking into buying Bitcoin, Ethereum. And not only is he looking into doing it personally, he's also looking to do it for the city of Miami, okay? So now we have not only big companies coming in. That was the next phase, right? Fortune 500 companies buying in. Now we have a totally unpredicted phase. Well, not unpredicted. It's actually exactly as predicted. However, we didn't expect it to happen so quickly, is that governments are starting to get involved too. I just saw as well in Nigeria, okay, so take it with a grain of salt, but Nigeria also starts to have serious conversations in their government about how they want to handle cryptocurrencies, right? So we start to see it happening in different parts of the world. Everybody's starting to gain interest. The biggest asset manager ever. That's probably what's driving this latest pump, okay? Guys, and what is the last bit of significant information about Bitcoin hitting $1 trillion that I want to share with you? Well, many funds are actually restricted from investing into any assets which are not valued at more than $1 trillion. So now that Bitcoin has hit this $1 trillion mark, a lot of pension funds, all kinds of other funds in the world who have these kinds of restrictions are now able to invest in it too. That's just opened another huge pool of money which will be looking into this area. Guys, I hope you appreciate this quick update during the weekend. Take care. I hope you got smarter today, and be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. It makes the algorithm know that this is a video worth pushing. And see ya.